Hi, it's been a while. My name is Ribahente Flores and this is my channel. So for today's video, let us discuss about the conic section. And by the end of this video, the objectives are the learners are now able to define conic section and of course to evaluate whether the given equation is a circle, ellipse, a parabola, or a hyperbola. So first, let us determine the phrase or a word that this definition here describe. The definition is that a curve obtained as the intersections of the surface of a cone with a plane. So you are right. The definition himself defined the words or the phrase conic section. So this is the types of a conics or conic sections. First is the parabola, which defines as a plane curve which is mirror symmetrical or is approximately U-shaped. So it means that if we were going to graph a parabola or we were going to plot the points of a parabola, then it must form a U shape. Next is the hyperbola, defined as a type of a smooth curve lying in a plane defined by its geometric properties or by equations for which it is the solution set. Next, the circle. Circle defined as a shape consisting of all points in a plane that are at a given distance from a given point, the center. Equivalently, it is the curve traced out by a point that moves in a plane so that its distance from a given point is constant. So last, with the ellipse. Ellipse defined as a plane curve surrounding two focal points such that for all points on the curve, the sum of the two distance to the focal points is constant. So this is just a brief discussions about those conics. Since the main purpose or objectives of this video was to help learners to evaluate whether the equation is a circle, ellipse, parabola, or a hyperbola. So this would be the illustrations of those conic sections. And this illustration or pictures here is credited to Google, specifically the CTTRO.org. Thank you for these 3D illustrations of those conic sections. First, as you observe the parabola, it forms the U shape, circle, and the ellipse, which is the third one, and the last one will be the hyperbola. Next would be the main or the focal point of this or the focus of these discussions or video, which to help us or to discuss how to evaluate the given equations if it is an ellipse, circle, parabola, and a hyperbola. So let us define this term, which is the discriminant. It is defined as a quantity that depends on the coefficients and determines various properties of the roots. So in determining or evaluating the given equations, for us to evaluate if it is an ellipse or any of the conic sections, we must use the formula of a discriminant, or we must find the value of the equation, the discriminant of the equation, for us to evaluate and name its conic section with the use of this formula. Discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac, and let us apply this given formula in solving or in an example. So this would be the basis. If the discriminant is equal to 0, it's exactly equal to 0, then the equations given is a parabola. While if the d or the discriminant is greater than 0, then the equation given is a hyperbola. Next is if the discriminant of a given equation is less than 0, where b is equal to 0 and a is equal to c, then it is a circle. While if it less than to 0 and neither b is equal to 0 and is not equal to 0 and a or is not equal to c, then it is an ellipse. So next, this is the parabola. But before that, a general second degree equation in x and y represented by a conic is in a form of ax squared plus bx y plus cx plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. This is the standard form of a conic section. Let us observe. First is a given example for a parabola. Just compare the process or the solution given. First is example. Example number 1 for a parabola. X squared plus 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. First, let us find or let us put the standard form for a conic section, which is the ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. And then the next step, if it is in order, then you must find the value of each coefficients or each coefficients a for a and b for b and so on. Just like this. A is equal to 1 since ax squared is from the given example, which is x squared. Here is the coefficients of the given with the same variable as 1, so we have the value of our a as our 1 as 1. The second one would be 0 since from the given equation the variable xy doesn't exist in the given. Next is the c, which is equal also to 0 since again the variable y squared doesn't exist in the given example or equation. So let us proceed by substituting the given of our a and b and c to the given formula of our discriminant, which is d is equal to b squared minus 4ac, and just substitute to find 0 squared minus 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 0. So it is, as we multiply 0 by itself, so it will be equal to 0, and then negative 4 times 1, so it would equal to negative 4. But if we apply multiplication to between negative 4 to 0, then it would be equal to 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. So it is understood that our d here or the discriminant is equal to 0. As you observed earlier ago, that if the discriminant is exactly at 0, so the given equation or the given example is the given example here is a parabola, which is if we were going to graph the parabola or this equation with the use of this app that called Geogebra app, which is very helpful for us students to use because it's provide exact result. Just like, for example, like this one. If we were going to graph the given equation, so we can observe that the given equation, the graph of the given equation is a U shape, which is understood as a parabola. So next S would be the example of hyperbola. Given example, x squared minus y squared minus 1 is equal to 0. Again, the standard form, which is the ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. And then, just find the value of each coefficients with the same variables from the given example. So, we have this value of a as 1, b as is equal to 0, c is equals to negative 1. And then, with that value of a, b, and c, just substitute to the value of the formula of our discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, and then again just substitute 0 squared minus 4 multiplied by 1, and then multiplied again to the negative 1, and that would be equal to a positive 4, which is greater than 0. And that understood in a given the earlier ago that if the given or the value of the discriminant is greater than 0, then it is understood as parabola. So if we were going to hyperbola again, rather, if we were going to graph this given equation here, it will be look like this one. So this is just simple as we graph in a sheet of paper. So next, the third type of a conic section would be the circle. Circle is we can observe the circle in this given example here. X squared plus y squared minus 2y minus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. Again, the standard form is equal to ex squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus eey plus f is equal to 0. And then just find the value of the coefficients with the same variable. So we came up with this value of our a as 1, b is as equal to 0, c is equal to positive 1. And then again, just substitute it to the given formula of our discriminant. So we came up with 0 squared minus 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1. So it would be equal to negative 4. Since negative 4 multiplied by 1, so negative 4, and again negative 4 multiplied by negative 1 multiplied by 1, so we came up with negative 4. And that is understood that our discriminant is less than 0, where as you observe in the value of our a, b, and c, b is equal to 0 and a is equal to c, then it is a circle, since a is equal to the value of our a is equal to the value of our c. So if we graph that given example or given equation here, so it would look like this. The same using the Geogebra app, which provide Next would be the ellipse with this equation or example here. 20y squared plus 12x squared minus 40y minus 37 is equal to 0. Again, the standard format or the standard form is just ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. And then, as you observe in a given, the 20y squared plus 12x squared, we need to rearrange the given example or the given equation for us to find the value of our a, b, and c. So we came up with our b, which is the 12, since 12x squared is must be in the first, and then our b, which is doesn't exist since xy, the coefficients of xy doesn't exist here, and 20 for our c, since it is the cy squared or the 20y squared. So again, just substitute it to the given formula of our discriminant to came up with 0 squared minus 4 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 20. So we came up with a discriminant which is equal to negative 60, and it is less than to 0, where the value of our A is not equal to the value of our C. So it is understood that the given equation here is an ellipse, example of an ellipse. So if we were going to graph, it would look like this. The same app I've used, credits to Geogebra. And that will be all. My name is Review Flores. If you like this video, please do subscribe, and thank you.